Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Seeming that the JSE just cannot keep up with a green momentum. Of course, we had seen the JSE rebounding yesterday, but today, of course, we did see a lot of losses throughout most of the day, reversing some of the gains that we did see yesterday, but actually ending off the session up slightly 0.04%. And actually, that subdued momentum, even though we did see trade data coming out of China that surprised to the upside. We did see exports increasing 7.1% year on year. We do have the resources 10 complex there firing on with a gain just shy of 3%, but in the opposite direction. The financial 15 carrying most of the losses there, declining almost 2%, and the industrial 25 down almost 0.4%. Let's take a look at what is happening stateside, and on that front, markets sifting through comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell as he gives testimony in the Senate today, of course, saying that the Fed is not ready to immediately implement rate cuts over there. So, of course, markets pricing in there the first cut in June. And, of course, investors continue to keep a close eye on the labor market. And tomorrow we'll have the February non-farm payrolls coming out. A sea of green over there. S&P 500 up more than 0.8%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq climbing over 1%. And the Dow there eking out a gain of more than 0.4%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic. And on that front, investors have been digesting the European Central Bank's latest interest rate decision, of course, keeping rates steady there as expected. In company news, we did have Hugo Boss shares, the German fashion company there. Its shares tanking about 18% after released results, but posting quite a gloomy outlook on sales. But a sea of green over there. FTSE 100 up more than 0.25%. The CAC 40 climbing more than 0.8%. And the DAX there advancing more than 0.7%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the Rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Some strength coming through to the Rand, just above 18.70 against the US dollar now. Against the pound at 23.93 and against the euro at 20.45. Let's take a look at what is happening with the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.09, pound dollar at 1.27, and the yen just above 148 against the US dollar.